Shalom, shalom. First and foremost, I'd like to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shah, Ba'ashem, Rakakadash, double honors to the apostles and elders, great millstone, peace, blessings, and salutations to the hopeful elect, the house of David, wherever you may be scattered throughout the four winds of the earth. This is your brother Yazariah Allah from Great Millstone Branch out of Chicago, bringing you another lesson in truth and sincerity. Lord's willing is edifying to the body. The lesson I like to bring now is today is this guy's time is up. Time is up for this guy. And this guy we know who we're talking about, right? We're talking about Esau Edom. His time is up, you know. And the writing is on the wall, like as in Daniel's 5 and 20. And the whole story is just beautiful, you know. King Belteshazzar, Daniel 5 and 25. But the story, the whole story, that chapter is dynamite, you know. How the king set up and had the feast, and he's drinking out the cups and what have you from that was taken from Jerusalem. And like the scripture says, be not deceived. The Most High God is not mocked, right? Whatsoever a man shall reap, he shall also sow. He shall also reap, right? And it also says the wrong of a man. That's second. Colossians 3 and 25. It reads. Let me just grab that first, because that story is I want to read it, you know, but I'd be all night reading that. Reading that story. But when you do wrong, wrong is going to come back on you, you know. And this is that, what do you call it? The world call it, what comes around goes around, right? Colossians 3 and 25 says, but he that doeth wrong shall receive for the wrong which he has done, and there is no respect of person. And that was the King Belteshazzar, right? And he was doing wrong. And the Lord, he did wrong in so many ways anyway. But this story really exemplifies that meaning of the word, the Lord's hand, man. You know, roughly paraphrasing, you know, the hand of the Lord, right? So let's just grab that, go back and grab that Daniel 5, and let's start at 5. And it reads, in the same hour came forth fingers of a man's hand and wrote over against the candlestick upon the plaster of the wall of the king's palace. And the king saw the part of the hand that wrote. Then the king's countenance changed, and his thoughts troubled him, so that his joints of his loins were loosed, and his knees smote one against the other. Dude was shaking, you know, just like this dude right now. He's old. His time is up. He's shaking right now. He's shaking in his boots, as they say, right? He's shaking in his boots, but because he knows he has a short time. And not the Revelation 12 and 12, but he knows his bounds are set, and he knows his time is up. He knows history. He knows history. He knows his story, and his story is that it's a bloody story, and kingdom after kingdom, they ruled for a while. Circular history tells you that for about 250 years, the kingdoms are translated, right? And let's get that. We'll go back to that Daniel, right? That's in that Ecclesiasticus, right? That is 10. Ecclesiastes 10 and 8. The 4. Salaki 4. Let's start at 4. Ecclesiasticus 10 and 4. The power of the earth is in the hands of the Lord, and in due time he will set over it one that is profitable. That's right. Let's drop down to 8. And it reads, Ecclesiastes 10 and 8, because of unrighteous dealings, injuries, and riches gotten by deceit, ill-gotten gains, right? It says, the kingdom is translated from one people to another. That's right. So the Lord, um, the Lord rules in the kingdom of man. He says, right? Let's grab that in that Daniel 4:17. And all in all, everybody thinking there's free will. You do this and you do that. No, man, the Lord is ruling and running things. This is His movie. Daniel 4:17. This matter is by the decree of the watchers and the demand by the word of the holy ones, to the intent that the living may know that the Most High ruleth in the kingdom of men, and give it to whosoever He will, and set it up over it the basis of men. That's right. The lowest of men. These are the lowest of men. The Lord's holy children, which are little gods, which is Israel, right? Little gods. And those are the men that should be on top. So this thing is going to be overturned, right? And we know, and when the Lord so pleases, when the Lord pleases to do so, that's when it's going to happen. And we see that He's visiting this place right now, and that's what the scripture says. It says, "Judge the time diligently within itself, and then thou shalt know it is a time that the Most High shall visit the earth which He made." Right, roughly paraphrasing. Let's grab a precept. Let's grab that Job 14:5. And just, blow this thing up, blow this thing up in this man's face, man. Preach this thing into the word, into the wind, the spirit is like the wind, right? Just continue to turn this thing up like this, the apostles to heart coined this year, the year to turn up, and we should be hitting this thing harder and harder, bring this thing down, like the scripture says, right? Job 14:5. Seeing His days are determined. Whose days? The one that the earth was given into the hands of, right? Which is the wicked, which is Esau, the self-proclaimed white man, Esau Edom, right? He's hiding. He doesn't want to be Esau Edom, right? It says, seeing His days are determined, the number of His months are with thee, the Lord, right? Yahweh Shem Yahushua. Thou has appointed His bounds that He cannot pass. Is a line that He cannot go over. He cannot pass about. He can do all these things in the world. On top of that, He lies most of the time, right? And you believe Him. 2/3 believe Him, and the rest of the nations believe Him. But the thing is, the Most High God said in that Jeremiah 49:10, He said, "I will make Esau bare." So he's not going to be able to hide. He's going to be bare. He's going to be naked out here. So meaning that you're going to see everything. You're going to see Him who He is. He is the devil that the Bible speaks about. And let's grab another precept on that. Let's grab, like I said, he's trying to hide himself, right? Let's grab that Jeremiah 13:23. 13:23. And it reads, "Can an Ethiopian change his skin, or the leopard his spots? Then may ye also do good. May ye also do good that are accustomed to do evil." This guy is accustomed to doing evil. He can't change from that. The Most High God made everything, and it was good, everything perfect, right? So how can you change? How can someone change you, or you change yourself? No, you can't. It says, scripture says, who can make that crooked that was made? Who can make that straight that was made crooked? The only one that can do that is the Most High, the one that made it. He's the only one that can shut a door that no man can open. He's the only one that can open a door that no man can shut, right? Just like the scripture says, right? Let's grab Isaiah 26. Isaiah 26:10. 26:10. And it reads, "Let favor be shown to the wicked, yet will he not learn righteousness?" Right. Is he going to learn righteousness? No. He's showing favor right now. He's over in the land, in our land, which is Israel. Yasharallah. He's over in that land. It says, "In the land of uprightness will he deal unjustly, and will he not? And will he not behold the majesty of the Lord? That's right. He will not do. He's not doing it at all. He's not doing it at all. Right? So, hey, and there's a story that, about the, what was that? I think it was or the lion was sent, or the lions, the two lions were, or the one lion, I forget the story, but roughly paraphrasing, the lions were eating the people up, tearing the people up because of they weren't righteous in the land. They weren't doing what they're supposed to do in that land. Oh my God, I almost had it. But the land was cleared out. It was, I think it was, oh my goodness. But anyway, I think it was the land of the Assyrians or the Canaanites, one of them. But anyway, that land where the lions were tearing up the people because they were not right, doing the righteous things of the land, according to the land. So the Lord, the Spirit of the Lord, sent those lions to tear them up, and then they summoned or called for a priest to come over there and help them out with that. You know, meaning that the priest had to set up the rules, the righteous rules, so they could follow, and then therefore the lions stopped eating them, right? Stop messing with them, right? Same thing with this wicked king right now, Belteshazzar. You know, his days were determined. His bounds were set, right? Like we're going into, and we'll see. We'll get back there, the Lord's willing. We'll get back to there, and that man's that king's his kingdom was taken in that day, right? That night, like the scripture says. Let's grab. Daniel, let's grab Acts 17 and 26. Let's go into that book of Acts 17 and 26. That's what I want, right? And it reads, and has made of one blood all nations of men for to dwell on the face of the earth, and has determined the times before appointed and the bounds of their inhabitants. That's right. Every man, you know, has his bounds on the earth. There's nobody that's different from the next or the next or the next. You know, every man has that day, you know, that is set, right? Let's go to Daniel 5 and 25, right? Let's go back there, right? And it reads, and this is the writing that was written, many tekel up parson, right? This is the interpretation of the thing. Many, God has numbered thy kingdom and finished it. This kingdom has been numbered and is going to be finished. It's finished. We know it's finished, because the scriptures say it's finished. We're just waiting for the credits to the credits, you know, to roll. Not the credits, but the ending of it. You know, the ending, the dramatic ending, and then the credits are gonna roll, and then it's gonna be over, right? Tekel, thou art weighed in the balance, and are found wanting. That's right. This guy is found wanting. He's found. He's guilty. Basically, he's guilty. You know. And Perez, right? Thy kingdom is divided and given to the Medes and Persians. Then commanded Belteshazzar, and they clothed Daniel with scarlet and put a chain about his neck and made a proclamation concerning him that he should be third ruler in the kingdom, right? He promised that. His rulers and stargazers and the Chaldeans and the magicians, they couldn't read it, and he promised if Daniel could do it, whoever could do it would be that third in charge of the kingdom, right? Daniel did it, so this is what he wanted. But Daniel told him, hey, you keep all your stuff, you know. But then he read him. Daniel read him and told him that you doing all this stuff, you know, don't you know, and you saw what happened to your father. So you didn't learn. You didn't learn anything. And just like these devils right now, they know what their fathers have done, and they're hiding. They're trying to hide it instead, you know, of fessing up to it, you know. what the scripture says about a man fessing up to his sins. You know, a man is better to confess his sin rather than hide them. Something roughly paraphrasing, something like that. But anyway, verse 30, Daniel 5 and 30. And that night was Belteshazzar, the king of Chaldeans, slain. And Darius the Mede took the kingdom, being about 62 old. That's right. Darius, the king of the Medes, he was what, 32 when he took that kingdom, right? And the Medes and Medo-Persian kingdom, right? They took it from that was the Babylonian reign, and that's who took it over after the Babylonians. But hey, that's showing us that translation that goes on within the earth, you know, and it's all through the power, spirit and power of Yahweh Shema Shah. He translates one kingdom to another. He rules in the kingdom of man. He does whatsoever he pleases. There's no what do you call it? Self-will, free will, like they say, you know. No, the Most High God is willing you to do what you're doing, whether it's righteous or wicked. So, but anyway, with that said, Lord's willing is edifying to the body. I'd like to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shah, Ba'ashem, Rakar Kodash. Double honors to the apostles and elders, great millstone. Peace, blessings, salutations to the elect, house of David, Shalom, and a ball to this freaking place.